sound. Hey, thanks for the. All right, how am I now, Eric? Can you hear me? I apologize. Let me go back then. Excuse me. You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole. My co-host Ray Jeezy's out, and you can also check us out at. Thank you. You can also check us out at www.urbansportscene.com. Also, we are on Amplifier Media. Just search Urban Sports Scene at amplifiermedia.com. You can also if you're watching this on I sound good, shift on YouTube. No, I'm good now. And Eric, get back on YouTube, bro. We here. That was on me. That was on me. I ain't put my audio. I thought my audio was on. My audio was not on. Hey, folks are listening to me. I sound good, right? You can get my audio. You can hear me. The homie, if y'all just coming on, the homie Ray's out. And so I'll give y'all the whole intro spiel. Dang, I forgot about my audio. That sucks. You can hear me now, right? I'm okay? Cool. All right, man. Also, I'm going to say it again because I'm going to be redundant with this. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel. We're at 7:30, about 7:30, 7:29, 7:30. Please hit that red subscribe button. We try and get to 800, so get us to 800. Also, like this video as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also, do not forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG at Urban Sports Scene and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, man, let's get into our tradition, the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller will join me to talk about the Washington Commanders naming Jayden Daniels the starting QB for the regular season, their preseason loss to the Miami Dolphins, and their final preseason game, which will be against the New England Patriots. All right, let me add Candi into the discussion right now. Let me see. All right, come on. There we go. Right now, you already know what's going on, Candi.
Hey, good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Candi and I. We were chopping it up at Commanders practice, and it was good. It was something good. We'll talk about Commanders practice in a little bit, but first off, Candi, Jayden Daniels was named the starter by Coach Dan Quinn. You were there in the building when he made this announcement. What were your thoughts when you heard the news?
We were like, okay, I don't know if you all can hear it on the presser. We were like, okay, presser's over. Let's go. Good to see you today, Dan. Because we were actually out there. Okay, wow. The week feels like it's been a long one, but we've only been there 2 weeks. So, okay, we weren't allowed to go to practice.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So it was literally like we were there for the press conference and all that was it. Mm-hmm. So, he went through his spiel because DQ starts off with remarks.
Yeah.
Most of his press conferences. So he started off with that. And then after, the official announcement, we were like, all right. So I don't think it was a surprise, but I will say, and we are joking a bit, and I know I'm joking a bit too. I do think that Dan Quinn should have explained like the process, like not so much that it was about naming Jayden like automatically. It was just how he was going to handle everything, right? And I think everything played a part, right, between the relationship of the overall quarterback room, Jayden and Marcus Mariota, and even Jeff Driscoll, like Coach. Talked about the veterans and the support of Jayden, as well as Sam Hartman, and so I just think it's important to share those things because it was important for Dan Quinn to share those things, even though we were kind of like, duh, why else are we here? But it was a special moment, and I think he wanted it to be. It was special for Jayden. Jayden was surprised. Now, of course, everybody's like, no, he wasn't. He knew. No, I'm there. Genuinely, he was surprised. He was there to work. I think before preseason game 1, when someone asked about, I think it was maybe DC News Now may have asked Jayden about starting that. And he was like, start? All I know is I'm going to play. I don't know if I'm starting. The organization has really gone along with this of everybody compete for your spot. Whatever we talk about, block out all of the noise. You need to compete for your spot. So I think he was genuinely, he meaning Jayden, I think he was genuinely happy. I think he was genuinely excited. And like he said, it was a dream come true for him. You know, starting NFL quarterback, like this is what dreams are made of. So I don't think it was manufactured. I think Nikki Javala from the Washington Post asked him, like, oh, you have to pretend to be excited. Everybody just laughing. And he's like, I'm not pretending. I think he was really like taken aback by it. He's pretty excited. So it was a dope moment. Even though we all joke like womp womp, we already knew it was cool. It was cool and it was special. So, you know, we have to act like it was.
No, it definitely was special. And I did like his response, but let me pull up these comments again for so Candi can feel the love. Dujanae said, hey sis.
Hey Dujanae.
All right. Mom said hello, everyone.
Hello. And she's here. That's why I left practice when I was like, all right, y'all, bye. So
Eric will say, hello, Miss Candi.
Hi, Eric.
And a barbershop, a sports podcast said, hello. Cool, folks. What's going on, folks, man? I appreciate y'all for tuning in too. Real talk. So to your point, I do think it's, you know, it's dope anytime you're named a starter. Like, yeah, at first, initially, you're going to be cynical and say, yeah, everybody knew you're going to be a starter, bro. Like, you started both season games, but you can never take anything for granted. I just kind of like Jayden's response more than anything, right? It was like he had a humble response. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he gave flowers to everybody else. Like, he gave flowers to Mariota. He gave flowers to Driscoll. And you don't have to mention Driscoll, to be honest, not to be like fun. And Sam Hartman, like, you don't have to mention those dudes. You know what I mean? So, like, for him to mention those guys, it showed a lot about his character.
Yeah. And that's one of the things we've been talking about, right? It's just his humility. He has a humble confidence. His swag is mean. Like, I'm like, you know, you've been out there, you've seen him. So it's like, Jay got swag, but he's humble. Like, he's super duper humble, but he loves playing football and he's a competitor. Like, you don't have to think and put your wheels on to try to beat him in whatever offense he's leading, and everybody believes in him. And he tries to be, you know, and I think Dan Quinn mentioned this too, like, he's a fantastic teammate. Like, I'm watching, you know, he walking down practice with his basketball, with whoever want to like fake do hoops and do all the things. Like, that's him. And it's not like a childish thing at all. He's focused. I mean, I remember seeing them early in the day, just as just an example, right? Before Dolphins joint practice, Jayden had his earphones on. He was super focused, like it was a game day. And I was like, guess it's game day to Jayden, you know, but then that puts everybody else in a mind frame. So I love it for him. I think he's great.
I just think he, you know, he's something different, you know what I mean, which is like refreshing to have like this superstar athlete or potential superstar athlete, right? To also be this humble, you know what I mean? Like, and you can see he goes out of his way to be it. And it might mean like he's like doing this on purpose to show a fake side. I think it's all genuine, but to go out your way to mention people that's kind of, you feel like it has been riding with you, you know what I mean? Like, especially a guy like Hartman, who I mean, I like Hartman, so like I like him. I like his potential as a quarterback, to be honest with you. But as a guy who probably will be a practice squad dude, and you're treating him like he's like a guy who has a main, not to be mean, but a main spot on the roster. You know what I mean? So, and that just shows a lot about his character, to be honest with you. And I like it. I like it a lot, honestly.
And it's real, you know, and it's not like anyone put them into a quarterback battle. And it wasn't even like the veterans against the rookies. You know, I mean, to your point, Jayden was able to mention how much the veterans have helped him and Sam. Like, it wasn't like he put himself even like above Sam Hartman. He's like, we're rookies, they're veterans. And one of the things that Dan Quinn mentioned early on was that the veterans on the team was really embracing the younger guys, not like, he made a comment like, not that like they were being initiated into a frat. Like, it wasn't, they weren't treating them like that. They were really treating it like a brotherhood and a mentorship. We've not heard that before. I don't recall. We haven't heard that kind of way of describing the relationship between the veterans and the rookies, and then seeing it in real time, especially during like the games and everything. It's really dope how they're just building that camaraderie. We all know cut day is coming up.
Yeah.
But that's not how they treat one another. Like, who cares? You about to get cut. It doesn't.
Exactly.
It's not that. It's not that at all.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's a beautiful thing. Like we knew he'd be the starting quarterback, but that perspective is what really counts. You know what I mean? His perspective is what really counts. So last Saturday in their second preseason game, the Commanders fell to the Dolphins 13-6. You were covered. You were there in Miami. I mean, you were in Miami. I know if I was in Miami, I'd be cutting up. I don't know how much covering I would be doing, but that's a whole different discussion.
I would have helped you stay focused.
Yeah, I wouldn't be focused. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't be focused. I wouldn't be focused. We talking about Miami. I wouldn't be focused. But anyway, you were there. You got to see everything. Got to be there for the pressers. You got to be the awesome beat reporter that you are. What were your 5 takeaways out of that game?
I mean, I want to go back to even like practice and then the game.
Yeah, go to scrimmage. Yeah, because you were there.
I was there for scrimmage.
Yeah,
team was super focused. Like I'm saying, like Jayden was like super focused. Like coming in the building, I'm like, are they playing today? Well, I guess kind of, sort of, because it's a joint practice. Of course, many of the guys end up seeing their former college teammates, and so of course they show each other a lot of love. But from scrimmage, let me start at scrimmage first, because I do think it's important. I think I had posted about Jayden doing his thing in the red zone drills. He did his thing.
Okay.
In red zone. Terry McLaurin had his way with Kendall Fuller. Covering him until I know everybody was talking about the last play and everything, and we can get into that. I posted something that brought some context to the two. Yes, we know there would be 2 interceptions on Jayden, but one, Cole Turner did catch the ball. He got hit. The ball popped up in the other corner on the Dolphins, caught it. All right. INT. The last one, Terry McLaurin slipped and fell. Kendall Fuller's right there. He caught it. Is what that was. So those weren't on Jayden. So Jayden was still very consistent. The kicker had a phenomenal day on Thursday, and then everybody saw what we've been seeing every training camp practice during preseason game 2. And it was insanity because he had a really good fantastic practice on Thursday, was making all the field goals before the game, in pregame, and then everyone saw what happened during the game. So there's that. The D-line ate on Thursday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, the Dolphins.
How did Payne and Allen look?
Were like 93, 94, 92. Like they kept, because I know we know the player just like their players, right? When we would throw out a number, we didn't look immediately at the roster.
Of course.
Someone else would say, this is who it is. The same way with us. They would say, they can't. At one point, they just 93, 94, 94, 93, 92, 93. They were, and they haven't played right in the preseason. Somebody everybody know they not hurt. They've been the luxury of not playing because they have been cranking in these joint practices. I will give them that for certain. Mikey Sanders still on Tyreek Hill. That happened, and it was a pass breakup, and I was like, woo, whoa. So everybody was concerned, like, oh, Emmanuel on Tyreek. They put Mikey on Tyreek.
For most of it, did Emmanuel see any of Tyreek?
Most of it was Mikey.
Oh, did Emmanuel see Tyreek at all?
Not really. I seen him on like one, but the ball didn't go his way.
Okay, all right. So he was on. Okay,
but yeah. So that was something that was a huge takeaway. Overall good practice. Definitely some scuffles here and there, but it was super duper hot. They ended up moving us inside to the Dolphins indoor facility. So when they even have bad weather, their bubble is not like the Commanders bubble. It's very nice. So it was tremendous. It was good. It was I was like, oh, this is very nice in here. We should have stayed in. We should have been here at first because it was sweltering. It was really bad. So, and it's bad if they say we can't keep practicing out here. We got to make everything So that was Thursday.
Okay.
Still some trying to figure out what, you notice I only mentioned Terry, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
It's like Terry and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Terry, that's been consistent. I mean, it's a big. Well, Diami's been looking good. I'm in camp, but that's a whole different thing. Like, but you again for scrimmage, was it different? Did Diami show anything?
It was just Terry and everybody.
Which is Terry, I mean, he's been consistent. He's been very consistent.
Yes, for sure. And in the game, they all, didn't see much playing time. I really want to bring up because Wole you heard a couple of my rants today.
Oh yeah, sure did.
You heard a couple of my rants. You had to laugh at me a couple times. I'm like, yes, I really just said that. Tyler Owens. I saw somebody maybe mention like the safety group. Tyler Owens is just making noise. Every opportunity he gets to be disruptive, he is. And we saw a lot of that again with the game on Saturday. And it's one of the questions I had for Dan Quinn, which was, my mother would lie. Yeah. Still on.
Yeah, see?
She's never going to forget.
I got to show love. I got to show love.
Your sister. I'm like,
gotta show love.
This for another year. So, but yes, we do look in real life, look a lot alike. Anyway, so, I just lost my train of thought. I was talking about Javonte.
You were talking about Owens, Tyler Owens, right?
Yeah, Tyler Owens. Then I wanted to mention Javonte.
Yeah.
Baptiste that had his first sack
Baptiste?
Baptiste that had his first sack. I thought that was important. I really did think that was important because it still speaks to the caliber of the draft class.
Got you.
And so I don't want to miss that point. I asked Coach about that moment and just the hard work that Javonte's putting in, like everybody is.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to make it, I just wanted to make it more like it really is a teaming environment.
Of course.
These guys are really supporting one another. And, Coach wanted to make it a point of, okay, but did you see how the sideline erupted when he got his first sack? And I mean, quiet as kept, even with Trace McSorley.
Yeah.
All right, let's be clear. Trace he basically didn't practice. Everybody met him in the huddle on Thursday. Like, that's where they met him, in the huddle. And then he played on Saturday, and you would have thought that he had been on the team. I mean, they were yelling and hyping him up, and they wanted to win the football game. They didn't. But it's just the overall support that I'm saying these guys have from one another that I think is a big deal. I think guys who are still playing for roster spots, Tyler Owens being one, I think they make a strong case, strong case. I think Michael Wiley, I don't know, he first preseason game, running back was.
He was good last. He was okay, right? What's the case second game?
Right.
I didn't see him. We'll talk about today, but I didn't see a lot of him today, though.
Right. I only saw him on special teams. But
which was interesting.
Special teams unit.
Yeah.
So.
But I want to read some comments about Taj and says takeaways. My 5 takeaways. First, with the safety position is deep and talented. Second, the receivers overall aren't winning battles off the line against press coverage. 3, Driscoll could be our number 2. That right tackle spot, yeah, we know. OMG, some was too quick to write off Jamin Davis. Yeah, Jamin had a sack fumble in the game against the Dolphins.
I mean, remember we started talking early on, and I don't remember which show I was on. I don't think it was yours. I might have been on another show, and somebody commented like, "Does this lady know that Jamin is terrible coming off the edge?" I'm like, hold on, Slim, because I'm living every day. So, is he the best? Is he? But this is a process. This is a process. And because I'm there, I'm able to now. Are there things that concern me? Yes. I mean, we're talking about somebody that's what, 3rd, 4th year. He's coming up right on his 5th year option.
This is like his I think 3rd, 4th year. This is 4th year. This is gonna be his 4th year.
Yeah. So he's been playing a certain way under a completely different staff that took him away from what he naturally athletically could do. So it's almost like reconnecting him to who he really is. as an athlete. And you got to see some of that on Saturday. So for me, I'm like, this is who I saw and what he could do. Now, of course, these are backups. We know, right? These are not to get it, but it's there. It's possible. You just got to keep working and seeing how it plays out. But it was, hey, if you are against the backups, you better do something.
You gotta make plays. He made plays. That he made a play. And he did actually work against Fashanu, who for the Jets. He made plays against him. He's the first round pick. He's a guy to probably be starting for the Jets. So he's made plays. You can't say when he made a play against a potential starter for the Jets, and made like you said, made a big play, sack fumble. I don't care what you are. A sack fumble is a sack fumble. You can't take it away from a man who's now playing a new position, and he got a sack fumble playing a new position. So you know what I mean? You can't take it away. Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Question for Candi. How much of a concern is the offensive line this year? Is there an improvement based on what's been shown already?
So I think it's always a concern, right? And when we're talking about a rookie quarterback, and one thing that Coach Quinn has said in his press conferences, we are trying to set Jayden up to have a remarkable career, right? Just not a remarkable preseason, not a remarkable season. We want him to have a remarkable career.
Gotcha.
So that, and I believe them, right? But part of that is having a remarkable offensive line.
Facts.
And having remarkable pieces around him.
Yep.
And we have yet to see all of the offensive line and what it would look like week one all play together. Why? Because Brandon Coleman has been dealing with injury. We know Andrew Wiley was dealing with injury. Sam Cosmi had missed a couple of practices himself. So we have not seen, and they're still moving guys around. Now, I've told, Wole this, that I feel like they haven't shown everything to us, and they shouldn't.
They shouldn't, yeah.
They shouldn't. I agree with that. So this team is very high on Brandon Coleman. I told you this, and I am too.
Yeah, so I want people to listen to this, because I think they're not sure about the tackle position. But you said this, and other reporters have said this who I spoke to, because I haven't been to a bunch of camps, but the camps I've been to, he hasn't been there. But you've seen him off the rip. How good has he looked? Because everyone's talking about he's arguably the second best lineman on the team, if just off that alone, off his play alone.
Good. He's good. And he can play multiple positions. And he's relentless.
Got you. Okay.
And shade to no shade to Tyler Biage either, the center. No shade to him either. Yeah. Okay. Because get everybody out there together, they all understand the assignment. Gotcha. And Tyler Biage said one day, 5 is 1. We have to move 5 is 1, meaning everyone has to do their part in protecting Jayden and making sure this offense is successful. Here's another thing. And so, I believe the offensive line is better than the one last year, but we have not seen them all together yet healthy. So that's why I say but I believe in Brandon Coleman. I continuously, relentlessly believe in Sam Cosmi. He's just a goon for real. And I really, really like it. And it's just what you do with Cornelius Lucas. Yes. Right tackle, and it's still some work to do. But I also think another part of this story, when you talk about the success of the offense that no one has really touched on yet, is the importance of the returner.
Facts. I agree with that too. Special teams is important.
Special teams is so important anyway to the success of any offense.
Yep.
But when you have this rookie quarterback and you don't have all of the pieces yet necessarily to your team. I mean, this is largely still a mixed culture of a team, right? Of the past regime and the current one, right? And making it work and seeing what it looks like, because you can't change everything in one season. But field position is going to be so critical to the success of this offense, straight up, because you really don't know if you have an offense that can, if you need to get from 99 to the red zone, you really don't know if you can get all the way down the field if need be. You know what I mean? You just don't. So it'll be interesting. defense we know this all the time, right? Defense has to come up big. I already shouted out Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. But I think they really have what they need in Coach Tapp, as well as Coach Quinn and the defensive coordinator and Joe Witt Jr., who gonna let them rumble. He gonna fly. Get them.
Yeah, I mean, Tapp is a whole
get them and get off the field.
Yeah.
Get these people off this field, and you already know Coach Tapp is the loudest person in the room.
That man is a G. I'm not even playing with y'all. Question. Mike has a question. Another question is, how confident is this coaching staff with the defensive backs corners? What's your belief with their confidence?
I think that they may like what they have, but everybody has to be realistic about the receivers they have to cover this season. Mike Samerstiel absolutely is an indicator of what they want to be when they grow up.
Yeah. I like that.
He is a goon on the field.
I like that.
Jeremy Chin. Now Terry got him. That one practice you was at.
He got him. He got him
that day. I was like, dang, Jeremy. Ooh.
He got him.
However, Jeremy Chin, animal, right? Yeah. Quan Martin is really.
I think the safeties are like pretty dope.
The safeties are really starting to like flourish.
Yeah, I agree
in this environment. But yeah, I'm just keeping it a buck. I mean, still some questions around, Emmanuel and Benjamin, in my opinion. In terms of the strength. If you're playing the backups, okay. Do I want to put you on the number one receiver? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are gonna throw it that way because they feel like that's easy. We'll know soon, but it needs some work.
Yeah.
Sure. That's why you think about the defensive front, that linebacker core and the safeties are really gonna have. They're gonna have to make some noise.
Yeah. Mikey's the one that they're confident in. I think we can say that Mikey's the one that they're real confident in it in terms of the cornerbacks. Dandon, he said, we need a kicker. Any idea which player the Commanders will pick up? Ideally, after all teams make their cuts. I don't know. I mean, there's going to be kickers on the market. I'm sure there's somebody better than Patterson. I won't lie to you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And many teams are going through. I said, is there a kicker shortage? Like I think what has happened is just because the NFL and the play, right? Everything is kind of determined by a field goal. These high-powered offenses they just doing their thing, right? They're getting into the red zone, and so these games are being finalized by a field goal, and so many teams are having kicker competition. This year, so kickers are going to get cut. They'll pick one up. That's what I think. I believe the kicker is on another team.
Yeah, definitely on another team. I'm gonna read one of Eric's. I'm gonna read Eric and Paul's questions. Eric said, "Jets and Dolphins not exactly Super Bowl contenders recently." Yeah, I mean they didn't play their starters either, but so I think the Dolphins and Jets are.
That's right.
Dolphins,
had 28 players that did not play in that game on preseason game 1. And let me go ahead and say it right here. That is because they didn't need to, because joint practice was a disaster for the Commanders.
For the Commanders, you mean? So let me read this real quick. So does it matter in evaluation or competition?
For sure.
Does it matter?
For sure, okay. Absolutely. Because it still gives you a measuring stick of where you are today. And that's what you need to know. You need to know where you are right now and today.
How were they
improved?
Yeah.
They have definitely improved. I have seen it. Jets, because I kept saying, well, it is raining out here. People was like, well, it's raining for the Jets too. That's true. I have no excuses saying this is just bad. But from Thursday to that Saturday, I've seen progress, which is good, right? And Dan Quinn said that following Monday, they had Tell the Truth Monday. I think they had to let some people know you're not doing it, hey. And I saw an improved team in the joint practices with the Dolphins. Okay. But I didn't, I don't think it has anything to do with being Super Bowl contenders. It has everything to do with where everybody is today.
Got you. But how was the offense in 11 on 11? I know people do drills, but 11 on 11, did they struggle? Because
in Dolphins or Jets?
Dolphins, 11 on 11 against the Dolphins. Were they?
Red zone drills were lit. But other 11-11s is a
little bit. See, that's the thing. So I'm glad, like
they can't tackle, right? They weren't tackling.
Yeah.
Nobody was getting sacked. So it can be cause for
on both sides.
was that a sack or we got out, or
Yeah. How did their defense do against? I guess I'm saying, like, how did the Miami Dolphins 11-on-11 their defense do against the Washington's offense? Or how did Washington's offense do against Miami's defense?
If Jay can get the ball out and throw it to Terry McLaurin, they were fine.
Okay, because I was hearing something about they didn't do a lot, like the drills, the individual, like you talking about red zone drills. They were like you said, they were killing it. And Terry, like you said, individually was killing Fuller. Everything you said, I heard that too. But I heard somebody said it on again. I wasn't there, so I'm glad to have you on 11. It wasn't like they were moving the ball thoroughly on 11-on-11. Is that true?
One game was rough.
Okay, one game was rough. Okay, got you. So it's crazy.
Couple of collapses with the offensive line. It was rough.
Okay.
You didn't see a lot of B-Rob getting out or Austin getting too far down. It wasn't. But if Jayden got that ball out,
he was good though. Yeah, he got the ball out quick, man.
Terry, he down there somewhere. He's smoking everybody. That was working.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was like one trick pony situation.
All right, that's good. That's good to know. So, but the chemistry between Terry and Jayden been dope. Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's gonna get to my another question about wide receiver. I'm glad that we can kind of go to that direction. He said, Paul said, Candi, what is it that Jahan isn't doing in practice that is making them wonder about him?
Is that group has a consistency in performance challenge, right? Some days, remember when I first, you remember this, Wole, when I first asked Coach about the wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Because now we getting into it. After the first day of pads, I'm like, all right, here's what I see. I see Terry McLaurin, and I see everybody else.
Got you.
So who's doing what?
Got you.
Has Jahan wowed? No. Has he, it's almost like he's trying to find who
he is.
Yeah. Again. Right. And everyone knows he's talented, right? Just like Diami's how they're all talented. The challenge is the consistency in their performance to really know that we know exactly what we got right here.
Yeah.
We know exactly what we have right here. And we know exactly what we have right here. That's what it is. It's the consistency challenge. I know the team is encouraged because Jahan has a rapport with Jayden. They worked out together in the offseason. So they definitely have a rapport. And I know when that thing clicks, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
And then of course we're gonna all look back because they'll be like, dang, y'all was dragging Jahan. We weren't dragging Jahan. It's just he's talented and has that talent wowed or done anything. No. But we all know it's there.
Yeah.
See certain things. It's just got to be consistency. And but that goes for the entire group. They're trying to figure everybody out because, like I said, it's Terry McLaurin and everybody else. So
it goes like and to add on to it, I just feel like, and we discussed it with like Donna Lake and yourself, but as well, but like it's a confidence thing. I'm gonna be real with you. Like you can see it, like it's a confidence thing. Like the dude's confidence got shook a little bit because like Candi said, we saw his talent his rookie year. Like he was making plays, a bunch of plays his rookie year. I'm not gonna be redundant, but to a point where we were like, oh, he's gonna be one of them. That's how he looked before he got injured. Like he looked like, he looked good. And Taylor Heineke loved throwing him the football at times too as well. So I know I hate mentioning that name, but it is what it is. But anyway, he looked good, right? Yeah. But then you got a whole new regime. I think he's pressing to kind of try and make plays and whatever. I'm gonna be real. I just think like when it comes to opening day against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all they need to do is I think it's hard to judge him or assess him in preseason because he's not gonna. What you're gonna use him for, you're not gonna do in preseason. So I do think that for him, I just see all it takes in week 1 is to give him a bubble screen, and then you'll see his worth. Like just see him, and I think once he gets the ball in a bubble screen and is able to get in the open field, you'll see Jahan Dotson. You'll see his confidence get back up because he just needs one play. I think he needs one play.
Yeah, if he get one play to get him back right. And I'm going to say this too. Coach Kingsbury was very clear. They're not showing us any.
Yeah.
They're not showing us any real schemes. They're not doing anything. And he's clear on that. Like, whatever, you're not going to see it. And once the regular season starts, because this is the last week of training camp, I think this is an important point just so that fans are aware. Starting next week, media can only be there for the first 20 or 30 minutes of practice. Can't even watch all of practice anymore. So, we won't be able to get into the nitty gritty of what's really going on out there. And so we'll be watching on game day. But I do want to say, though, the conversation we're having, specifically about Jahan, when we see it, we'll be like, that's what we were talking about right there. Right there. Because it's there. It just, when it's going to come out, we don't know.
And about physicality, there's ways you can mask that too. People being physical with them. Like him being a slot, it's going to be hard to be physical with him. Because slot receivers tend to get more free release. So I don't even think that's going to really be a thorough thing for him. It will be compared to the outside. Outside, I agree with you, Paul. That could be an issue. That's probably more of an issue. But inside, it's a little easier for Jahan to use what he has. So that's why I think that him being a slot, more on the slot side, will be more beneficial for him. But he's a guy that I've seen play well on the outside. But I do think on the inside, when it comes to physicality, because that's a valid point that teams are being more physical with him. I think if you move him in the slot, you can kind of get rid of that whole process of teams being more physical with him. Then it's Jahan using his skills and his footwork to get open. And I think that most nickel corners won't be able to kind of hang with Jahan. But again, it's like Candi said, it's all about his confidence. My man Dan didn't say question for Candi. In your opinion, how much of an impact has Dan Quinn made into the team with training camp? Coaching staff has been great based on what we've seen so far.
I've gone ahead and because I believe in transparency and authenticity. I say this on my show. I say it on here. And anyone knows, no, Dan Quinn wasn't my first, second, or third option to be the head coach of this team. But I knew that when the NFLPA survey came out and players were polled on which coach they would want to play for, hands down, Dan Quinn was in your top 3. That's when I knew. I said, I think I got this one wrong. Because if he top 3, he might have been top 1 or 2, but he was definitely in the top 3 for sure. Yeah. Of, coaches that players indicated that they would play for. And Dan Quinn is good. He is really good. He's really personable. He's great at football. He builds excellent relationships. There's not a person on that field from a coaching staff or player perspective that came in that has not said that they have come here because of Dan Quinn. Because of Dan Quinn and what he was building with Adam Peters and the vision that they have and who else they were talking to. They wanted to be a part of it. Said, sign me up. And you can see it. I mean, I don't know if anybody watches the pressers. I mean, we're at the point now where Dan Quinn will call people by name. He
called you by your name. That's what's up, man.
Every time we talk, we engage, and he makes it real. He wants to make sure you got what you need, and he's asking the questions thoroughly as much as he can. Some of it's going to be coach speak, y'all. Some of it is not going to tell us the truth. They ain't going to be 1,000% about what they think. But but I think he does what he's supposed to do in a public speaking format. I mean, Dan Quinn has had a lot of public losses, right? Yeah. And he's had a lot of public losses, and leaders got to learn from their losses. Everything ain't gonna be a sunny day. But if you think about what Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniels said about Dan Quinn, that is the coach that gave him a chance. When he was battling and down and out and getting fired from everywhere because he was struggling with substance abuse, Coach Quinn dug into the talent that he has and says, you can beat that and you can do this very, very well. And said if it was not for Dan Quinn, he would not be a head coach. He would have lost his NFL jobs a long time ago. So I think he's that guy. I mean, you see him early. Good morning. I mean, hey, coach. Good morning. All right, fine. He's in the same energy that they're bringing. He expects that from us.
No, I see it. No, I definitely see
it. You there, so you see it. It's like he was an extended part of the team. So hey, let's get going. He's really a dope person. I was wrong about him, y'all. I was wrong about him.
I was wrong about him too.
I was wrong about him
too. Don't get twisted. There were some guys I wanted ahead of him, but I see his vision. I definitely see his vision. Paul said, Kenny, do you think this team's identity on offense will be physical run and play action?
I mean, I know they want to be a physical team,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is a dope individual. He is very.
You've had more discussions with him than us, so I'll let you rock.
I mean, people learn from their losses, right? And I think he's someone that's learned from his losses, but I think he's ready to rock. I think he's ready to show. I don't even think it's anything about physical versus play action. I think you're gonna have to guess with Coach Kingsbury. And he's got a swag, and the rest of the offense got that same swag now. And I'm like, go and look up his house. Do y'all remember the COVID year in the NFL draft?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Arizona. Oh, yeah. He was. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He wanted he's for the Arizona. Yeah, he was
he act like that's his house. You know what I mean? Like that's just how he is. But like super cool, super nice, super kind. But he gone, hey. They about to strategize. Okay. I like him a lot.
Okay, that's good to know. Man.
I was like, okay, I feel bad. I've been wrong about all these people.
I've been critical of Kingsbury, but you good people. So you say he all right. I'm gonna go with that.
I think he's comfortable. I mean, Zach Ertz said something. I think this is important when a player says this about a coach. Zach Ertz said that this is the happiest he's seen Coach Kingsbury.
Really?
Relaxed, he's refreshed.
Yeah, he had a situation in Arizona.
Yeah. And so when people can think clearly, when they got a refreshed mind and you give them some new toys to play with and a group of smart people, let's be clear, this position group, this coaching staff is amazing.
Yeah.
They are really good.
Oh, no. I see it. No, I see it. They're good at what they do. Seriously, folks, if y'all watching this, folks watching in the chat, I'm telling y'all, these coaches are one of they are. It's different. It's light and day different from any coaching staff. Even when I was covering back in the day, and even like my appearances like this year, well, this training camp, it's so much different, man. It's different from Jay Gruden. It's different from like Ron Rivera, and it's different. It's just different. It's just totally different, and I think it's going to be something special for real. Don't get it twisted. It's going to be something special. I see it. Like, man, I'm not saying this year, but like when they get everybody they want, we can see this Commanders team back. Commanders, whatever you want to call them, team back to the glory years, man, for real. So, also, we were both, like I said, like we were at camp both today, and Coach Quinn was asked what position group is like the most competitive group, right? And he mentioned tight end and safety. Do you agree with from your vantage point? Do you agree with that?
I agree because it becomes the numbers game, right? Do you keep 3 tight ends or 4?
Yeah.
Do you keep 4 safeties or 5?
Yeah.
And then both position groups, whatever number you go with, they have to also make an impact on special teams.
True.
So whoever you pick or whatever you do, they have to be able to play special teams well, because that's where your numbers game is going to shift. And the thing about it is, if you leave somebody off, like let's be for real, the difference in 3 tight ends or 4, we're talking Zach Ertz, Ben Sinnott, because they're not gonna cut Ben.
Hell no, not at all.
Ben Sinnott
and Bates, those are 3,
and Cole Turner.
Yeah,
so you're looking at Cole Turner or John Bates. They repeatedly talk about how John Bates blocks, which he has done a very good job of. He was doing very well last week, I must say.
Yeah.
So, and he plays special teams.
Yeah.
Too. So that becomes but then if you let Cole go, let's be clear. Somebody's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, somebody picking Cole up.
Do you really want him to hit the waivers?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Somebody's gonna pick him up.
Yeah.
Same thing with the safety. This becomes a Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin, Jeremy Reeves, Tyler Owens,
Percy Butler.
I mean, got an issue here.
Defoe.
Yeah, like, you could just name off the top of your head 5 or 6 of them. We just named off the top of our head 6.
Yeah.
You typically carry 4. 5
you
is
can
a
carry
stretch.
five. Five is you can carry five.
You can carry 5.
Yeah.
But,
So to Paul's point about even the Ricky Hampton that came out from Washington, and yeah, Paul, you're right. I've heard they're trying to move him to linebacker.
was giving him that work because he was not rising up as
Yeah.
fast as safety. Let's just be for real.
Yeah, I mean he's not that type of safety. So that's my
Right.
thought. Like he's
And
not
so
even.
right now at linebacker, Jordan McGee got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Jordan McGee's hurt. He will be back this season though.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Fowler also injured.
I'm Paul.
Keandre Jones had an injury. Was it Bo had an injury. They, so now some of them, Keandre and Bo, they got injured and then they were
I think Keandre released. They were released, yeah, right.
So yes, that is an opportunity for Dominique, and as it should be for him at that linebacker position because that right now they need help because of the injuries. But you still have a very crowded safety space. Yeah. And with him being drafted, you got to find somewhere for him to go. You don't want to cut him just yet. I don't think he should be cut. Let me be clear on that. Yeah. But we already named 5 or 6 safeties. I think we named 6 total. But none of them were Dominique.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what you want to do. You got a problem. You got a challenge here. You get a big challenge here. And here's the thing. This isn't like a warming up to the season. This is a team who has aspirations and very clear aspirations to be doing everything perfect in December.
Yeah.
Right. So they have all intentions to be playing for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I want to answer this one question about Paul said Defoe and Reeves might be gone. So I'm gonna tell you, Paul, keep it a buck. I thought Reeves was on the list to be gone, but then in the presser, there was a question posed to him about special teams. And he went out of his way, and it wasn't anything to do with Jeremy Reeves at all. I think it was a bit about players how to make the team if they can play special teams and whatnot. And he compared and just used players off the head. He said you can be an all-world if you're an all-world special teams player like Jeremy Reeves. That's how you find your way on the team. So that once he referenced Jeremy Reeves in that regard as a pretty much a Pro Bowl special teamer, I already knew that he's not cutting Jeremy Reeves. Like in my mindset, and even to me, Jeremy Reeves has had some tough preseason games in terms of tackling. Right, I can acknowledge that, and I'm not saying like I'm for Jeremy Reeves or not. I'm just saying when he said that, he came off of my bubbles list because he was on my bubble list. I agree with you, Paul, but Coach came out and out of his way. He went out of his way to mention Jeremy Reeves as a player that is arguably one of the best special teamers in football. So when he said that, I was like, yeah, you're probably not going to cut one of the best special teamers in football. Yeah, you know what I mean? And Paul said, well, Butler might be gone.
Well, I mean, that was he was on my list anyway. Yeah. No, that wasn't, I've not included him. Yeah. And that's just, but you're exactly right. All of the above were like, because even I said that, I was like, oh yeah, coach said that.
Yeah. Once he said that, I was like, you went out your way. Like no one asked you about Jeremy Reeves. He went out his way and brought him up.
That tackling has not been.
But his tackling hasn't been good. Like he hasn't. Like to be honest with you, playing safety, and I like Jeremy Reeves. Like he's a fan favorite. I like him, but his tackling, for what it is, has not been good. Like, and his coverage hasn't been the greatest either. So at playing safety, he's had some gaffes, to be honest with you. But in terms of when he referenced Jeremy Reeves that way, I was like, I don't know if you cutting him for real. Then, like, you haven't talked about anybody on that within the safety unit that bright, that highly, other than the notable guys who you know are going to make the team. But you didn't talk about. That's the only one. On Twitter, my man, the 54th, in terms of his 5 takeaways from prior. I want to go back and make sure I give him his flowers. Was they aren't in terms of his from the Dolphins game, they aren't showing that they plan to do. Number 2, they are putting players in difficult positions. Okay, they are putting players in difficult positions to challenge and evaluate. 3, Daniels continues to check off boxes. 4, there are many weapons on the offense. 5, O-line depth is improved. He got a bonus. 6, defense is going to play fast. So, I agree with that. Thanks, the 54th. I appreciate you. Said, well, I said it before. Butler and Owens are their types of safeties. Yeah, but Butler is Owens has been really good. We talked about that. Owens has been really good. Butler, I think Butler and Defoe are definitely on the bubble. I would say I think Owens made the team. I think he's made the team, to be honest with you.
He has to.
Yeah,
I might be upset if you don't make that. I'm gonna be like, well, what is the problem? But I mean, Coach Quinn has said he wants to see guys relentlessly competing, and I'm gonna tell you that kid is relentlessly competing every rep.
Yeah, and I wasn't told like I was talking to I was talking to David.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to David, and he said I wasn't paying attention, but he said that Defoe played with the twos when he came back from injury against the Dolphins, and Butler is the one who played with the threes. Played with the third team. So
that's right.
And he's just coming off injury. So that when I heard that, I was like, yeah, if I had to choose which one's really on the bubble, it would probably be Butler. But also Dave said he also said, which I thought made sense, they may have had him out there with the twos just to see what he can do since he hasn't had that opportunity. So that made sense because again, they're trying to learn a player as well. So I kind of agree with that. So Candi, also in practice, what caught your eye in today's practice? That what player stood out? Either or.
You know, and you and I had a conversation about this, and I was like, oh, and every time he says he did something, I was like, he not doing what I want him to do to make it. I'm a Frankie Louvu person.
Yeah.
And let me just go back to the linebacker thing. I made a comment. Well, like I said, ooh, I would hate to see Bobby Wagner, Frankie Louvu coming in.
Yeah, you just said, yep.
Because that's what happened in one of the days. I was like, oh man, did you see that? Oh, could you imagine? like they got and Jeremy Chin. I do want to shout out Jeremy Chin today.
Oh man, yeah, he
was when he's on.
Yeah.
And I think these are two players because they came in through the offseason. You know, a lot of people don't know anything about them, don't know much about them. The Carolina Panthers were not good. You know, their record was poor. So a lot of times when teams' records are bad, you can't see the individual players. But these are guys that love playing football and they want to wreak havoc. And that is what this team wants to do. They exemplify everything this team wants to do. It's not light about them. They're aggressive, out there. They are aggressive. They want to get to the football. They want to get to wherever the football is. They want to get there. And then Mikey Sarisdale. I'm like, every time the number 2, the burgundy 2 keeps flying past us. You don't see what is this?
Yeah.
What are you doing over here?
He went to smoke. Mikey went to smoke. That's what it is. He want all the smoke. Mikey want all the smoke. For a small dude, he wants all the smoke.
He does. He's no fear.
Yeah, Paul said Mikey's a 3-down player. Yeah, he is.
It's like he wants you to throw the ball his way.
Yeah, he wants you. Even the pass they completed on, he was there. He was draped all over. I want to say Olamide. He was draped over Olamide, and like, yeah.
Where did he even come from?
Yeah.
Like one time I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
is he supposed to be over here? But they stood out to me today. Defense I was doing. Offense was a little slow today.
It was
a little slow today. So this is going to be an interesting season because this nothing about what you're going to see on any side of the football, I think, is going to be vanilla.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be repeat. These are people that's going to go down battling. You're not going to see much in preseason, but in practices, I thought were legit. And even in the preseason games, like I said, there's guys still trying to make the team.
That's important. Yeah, it's very important.
For opportunities for them to do that.
Yeah.
So I feel good. Like you said, well, like it's not necessarily. I had a fan say to me, like, oh gosh, don't tell me it's about to be another one of those seasons. Hey, listen, I've been to you should know to temper your expectations anyway.
Yes.
We're talking about basically a complete overhaul of the coaching staff and team. Right. So if they playing deep into January, whoa, they have absolutely exceeded expectations. If they playing deep into if they playing outside of the regular season, they have exceeded expectations. Now, 2 years, they could definitely be one of the teams to beat. Be like, and I just hate going into Washington. That's what they're trying to get back to. But I think the pieces and people that got to prove themselves from the previous roster, that's a big deal. But the draft next year, and they still got a lot of money, that stuff is going to
Yeah.
matter.
No, I totally agree. So the guys that stood out to me today, I'm off. I'm used to use all the defense. I'm gonna go offense.
Okay.
I thought Diami looked good. He called a big bomb.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell y'all who he beat, because y'all gonna start frying this dude. So I ain't going to say who he beat. But Diami looked good. Diami had it look good. Terry, yeah, man. Terry looked great. Like, Terry's a rare form. I'm gonna piggyback on what Candi was talking about with the Dolphins. The work he did against the Dolphins, the work he consistently does in every camp I attend. He looked like he on one. Terry, this may be the best Terry folks have ever seen. I'm not going to gas this up. This may be the best version of Terry.
I've never seen Terry this happy. Remember
I said, he talking like crazy. I'm serious.
Happy.
Like, said, who did he beat? I ain't gonna do it to this dude, yo. I ain't gonna do it to this dude. But let's just say Diami beat this dude so bad that Driscoll underthrew him, and Diami still had a chance to catch and still caught it. Like, if Driscoll just let him, it's an automatic touchdown, easy touchdown. He just underthrew. It was a poor throw. It was a horrible throw. But Diami beat the dude so bad, and I will say that I think that dude's supposed to have safety help too. You know what I'm saying? Did you see anything? Okay, I'm gonna answer this though. Yeah, this wasn't his best camp, his best day. This wasn't Castro's best day today. And his day was horrible. This wasn't his best day today, because I did see him. All right, I did see him. I'm not gonna say he was the dude I'm talking about, because I'm not letting y'all know who the dude I'm talking about. Period. But I'm just saying, like, today wasn't his best day. But yeah, Diami looked good. Terry looked good. B-Rob always looks good to me. I don't know why. Something about him. He looked like
he another one.
Yeah, he the one. He looked good. I mean, Zach Ertz always looks good.
Yeah,
I think you know what it ain't. You know what, Paul? I'm not gonna put this on Castro. It wasn't Castro. It wasn't Castro. But he got. But I'll say this much: Castro did get beat on another play, but this wasn't the one I'm talking about. Not this. This not the one I'm talking about.
That's what I'm like. That
like, folks trying to guess, like, I don't know.
He really tried hard.
That's just talking the positives. Like, Diami beat the bricks off this dude. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, like, so those are some of the positives. I did like that. This wasn't like Jayden had some good passes, but it wasn't like I've seen Jayden better. Like, I've seen Jayden better.
Right, for sure.
But I was like, I'll use a defensive player. I think Bobby Wagner is freaking amazing. Like, Bobby Wagner, like, is definitely a pro and a vet, because he, like, Jayden tried to throw up the middle, and you can see, like, Bobby was reading Jayden, like, he was reading him, and he like took I think he was trying to throw it to Ertz, and he broke on it. I was like, yeah, he looking at your eyes, boy. He reading you, like, he reading you. So
yeah, that's a vet right there. You ain't gonna be
all right. Yeah, y'all right. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what it was. And I like Emmanuel. I like him. That's what it was. But he did have a couple good plays.
I was about to say, but he did have a good play.
He had some good plays though. I know, all true. Like, he looked good just before that play. He looked really good. Like, I was like, damn, like, Emmanuel getting money, and then all of a sudden that play happened. So I think I'm just gonna give Diami more credit. I'm more excited to see the defense beat the defense beat Tampa.
The thing with B-Rob the other day.
Oh, B-Rob. Oh, yeah.
The head coach was like, he's a really hard guy to tackle.
Yeah, like, he's gonna be. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's gonna be. I agree with you. Like, he's gonna be the breakout player.
Yeah, Dan, you didn't know that. He was like, man, he's a like it was really like
he forgot. Like, he used to coach Dallas. He should know. Like, yeah,
it was after the though. He was like, he is a really hard guy to tackle. And I was yeah.
I mean, bro, you did coach. You coached the Dallas defense. You did have to You saw.
And I think he said that. Like I knew that before, but it's different
Yeah.
coaching him now. I was like,
Yeah, like oh boy, ain't no
and
joke,
he's
man.
thriving. Like there's like going back to the point of Terry. There's a couple of players, and we've been talking about this internally. Like who is really thriving, and B Rob is one. Like from the
He
past,
is, man. So I'm saying, like,
and he is this. It's he is where this is finally what he wanted. I can tell from
I
a
could
coaching
tell.
perspective and just an environment. Terry McLaurin, no doubt about it, the happiest I've seen him.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Happiest I've seen him.
I,
Ron, Jonathan Allen, they're many. It's Jonathan Allen, I guess, got tired
They
of
look good
talking about
too. Oh, I'm gonna say it, like Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne look good even in camp. Like you could see. Remember you said like I think Jonathan may be hurt.
Yeah, I said Jonathan Allen.
And then all of a sudden he busts through the line. I was like, oh no, he
said,
hurt. No, he
he's all
hurt.
right. Okay.
He all right.
He was hurt.
It went from is he hurt? Then all of a sudden, no, he about to sack the quarterback. He good.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. And then it's somebody else on this Sam Cosme.
Yeah,
It's a couple people. I feel like I'm missing somebody that I really
Sam,
want.
always like Sam
Cosme, Deron, Jonathan, Terry, B Rob. I'm talking about from the previous roster that I think that's already like, whoa.
Oh, okay, got you.
I may be missing one other person. I'm not missing a lot. You know, others they gotta get consistent.
Yeah.
They gotta get consistent.
All right, let's see. Not to bring it up, but did he really see it last year? Washington didn't run the ball last year. I know it was hard. I feel like Candi said, this having Kingsbury here and from my vantage point, I'm sure Candi can to attest to this, that Kingsbury is willing to run the football and EB wasn't. And I like y'all know I ain't gonna hold you. I liked EB and I liked EB. I did, but then what annoyed me was him not running the football. So so I just think that he's in a situation where he's going to, like, Kingsbury is willing to run the football and wants to take the pressure off of his rookie quarterback. So I think B Rob loves the situation. He loves the situation. He probably loves it as much as when he had Scott Turner. I hate saying that name, but Scott Turner ran the football. He's probably like, thank you, I can run the football again. So yeah, I just think that he's definitely in a happier situation. But so let's go into like the game that's happening Sunday night. The Commanders Sunday night in Commanders Field. It's called Commanders Field now. That's crazy. Washington takes on Drake Maye and the New England Patriots. The Patriots are starting Maye. I mean, they will play Maye in this preseason game. Daniels will not play. Do you think Daniels should play? What is your perspective? Everybody has their own perspective. But what is your perspective?
I don't really know. Like, even with them playing, and this is okay. I had to laugh out loud because I probably was. Let me think through what I was about to say out loud. They're wearing the black uniforms, and I despise.
Oh, yeah, they are playing black.
Really,
I saw. Yeah, you said. Yeah, you did say that. The black uniforms. Yeah. No, he ain't playing. Then they bad luck. He ain't playing.
Did Coach say he wasn't playing? Because remember,
no. I'm just saying, if they wearing the black uniforms, bad things happen when they wear black. So
I mean, I know Coach said before he asked him on Friday.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
he said Friday.
Black unis? Yeah, they wearing the black unis.
Yeah, he shouldn't play because black unis mean bad things happen.
Right, and the Patriots are playing everybody that's healthy. Coach Mayo already done said that every healthy.
Oh, he's playing the starters.
He said if they healthy,
oh, that's dope. See, that'd be good work for Jayden.
They got some work to do.
That'd be good work for Jayden, though. Like they did that, that'd be good work.
It would.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jayden loves to play, so it's not like it's a situation where they're like, I ain't playing till week 1. Oh no, he wanted to go back out. Not this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did I tell you?
No, he did. He wanted to go back in the game. I know.
He asked to go back in the game, like a kid, like a child. Like, are you sure? Like, I can't. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to like talk to him, like, because your day is done. Like, we're not playing you anymore. And he's like, he wanted to go. He wanted to play.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they know, right? Because today was a little slow. Slow.
Yeah, I kind of getting the vibe. I'm starting to get the vibe.
It wasn't the best day for him at all.
It wasn't the best day. But I'm starting to get the vibe like that he's not going to play. I'm I'm starting to get that vibe. But I know like you all will find. I'm not gonna be there Friday. You all will find out Friday because he will put it out there. But Eric believes that he should play. I want to get y'all opinion. Do you think that Jayden should play? Because I'm kind of curious to know what other folks think. I am old school, so I'm like, yeah, he should play. I would like him to play, but I get it. Like I'm not because I get it in this realm. I usually if any rookie, I would want a rookie to play like especially the amount of snaps he's had over the preseason so far. I would like him to play, but then I'm like, your backup quarterback is Marcus Mariota, so maybe you don't need to play.
I think Marcus is still hurt,
and Marcus is hurt. I'm like, the situation is different. Like. When you have you have a quarterback, if you're starting or not starting, but if you have a backup quarterback that is capable of like winning you football games, like really capable of winning you football games and can move your offense, then I'm like, yeah, play him. He needs that experience. But if you got a guy that Jayden has looked so much better as a rookie, looks so much better than in Mario, and that's wild to say that, but a rookie looks so much better than a vet, and I don't care how talented a rookie is. Sometimes you still got to take your time. Like Patrick Mahomes was more talented than Alex Smith, but Alex Smith was starting because he just was comfortable playing the quarterback position. But Patrick Mahomes had to be the backup and watch. So but when a guy is so much better than the next man, like my thought process is like you could sit. At first, I was like, yeah, I was hardcore. Like I would like to see the dude play, but I also. If he was playing against the second teamers or third stringers, I would be annoyed with it. Like I'm like, he don't need to play. Like he wouldn't need to play. But when you say that he may play against the first stringers, though, I'm like, that's calm. That's good bump.
If the Patriots starters are playing at least one series, bump. I don't know. Yeah, you might have to put him out there for a series. Yeah. Maybe you talk to Coach Mayo. We know ain't nobody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, talk to Coach Mayo. Exactly.
Or you might talk to Coach Mayo. Like, are you serious, or were you just blowing smoke?
Yeah.
Making people feel like, hey, roster cut day coming down. Whoever healthy, y'all got to play because they haven't been looking all that great. The Patriots, I'm talking about.
Yeah, they haven't.
I think Coach Mayo is going old school. Like, yeah, y'all gonna play because we got to figure this out. You need to understand the environment. It's Sunday night. You need that night air. You need that bump. And I don't trust all of y'all yet. So get out there. Yeah. That if the starters are playing, it would be hard for me not to put my starters out there.
I got you. I kind of especially your offense, though. Especially your offense. And your offensive line, and all the offensive linemen have to play. If Jayden plays, all the offensive linemen have to play. Like all of them. Because he has to be protected.
Brandon was out there today, but they weren't pass today. So
yeah. So, but yeah, totally agree.
I can't wait till y'all see Brandon Coleman.
Yeah, see? Because I'm saying, like, folks have been talking about this dude. I'm telling you. Reporters have been talking about this dude, fam. Seriously. Y'all listening, I'm serious. Paul said, man, let him play and hear the fans cheer him instead of the season opener. That's true, man. Like that's one thing that I think is it's
just the black uniforms. It's the black.
Yeah, that's the black uniforms. Hey, Paul, them black uniforms bad luck though. I ain't gonna hold you, but you're right though. Like for him to be cheered because the first game is on the road against the Cardinals, so the fans haven't gotten to see him. Period, for real. Mm-hmm. In I was about to call it FedEx in Commanders, stadium, whatever. Commanders Field, whatever. So in Commanders Field, so they haven't had the opportunity to see him, so they won't get a chance to see him until like the game against the Giants. So yeah, it'd be cool to get a look at him throw the ball in that preseason game, the final preseason game. But I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to be a little safe, man, because he is your best quarterback on the roster by far. It isn't like a rookie that you're trying to groom. He is already the best quarterback on your roster, and it's not even close. Alexa, I don't think this game is the best evaluation for Jayden. Third game against the worst of the three preseason opponents. The better test already happened in joint practice and other 2 games. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's just reps. Yeah, and I really think it depends on how this week goes because today was a slow day.
Yeah, today was a slow day.
That just being real. So maybe it'll be good to get him out there, depending on how the rest of the week goes. Mm-hmm. At least, like I said, one series, and come out. But it really would depend on if the Patriots are playing their starters. If they're playing their starters, at least one series, I would put them out there for us. I would put the whole first team offense out there for a series.
Okay.
Or whatever you thinking. You know what I mean? But if they're not playing, I just don't like. I don't like the black uniforms. And if the
Okay.
starters aren't playing, then I wouldn't play my starters.
I like this one by Paul. He can just hand the ball off, but let him get a feel for the stadium. I like that. I kind of like that.
I mean, they were mixing some things up today. Remember, it was kind of like, wait, hold on. He was just
So I'm at that. Like, I did want to, because the show's going pretty long. I do want to like talk about that. Let's talk since you did bring it up. What in camp was different for you? Like, talk about that. Like, how different camp was today compared to what you've seen in the past. Talk about how they mix things up.
You're not gonna know who's first, second, third team.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And let me say this. And I've debated on sharing a lot of this. So whoever's watching right now, you about to get some free game right now. Other teams, the Jets, the Dolphins. I know the Baltimore Ravens because Karita Parks covers the Ravens.
Yeah.
You can't tell who is taking first, second, and third reps.
Mm-hmm.
In some of these teams, you also can't even tweet until after practice is over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're dealing with different individuals here. So the same old thing that we used to, they're not giving that to any of us.
Yeah.
Why? Because it gives competitive advantage. Why on earth would you tell somebody 5 weeks, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in advance who your first team is? Who your second, like for what?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember, and I think what people don't realize is other teams don't do that.
Facts.
They don't. And they do not. Like you're not supposed to tell who's calling plays. You're not supposed to tell any of that.
Like, hell yeah, tell us everything.
And it's like, tell us everything, but who losing the most?
Yeah.
Team of the people that tell everything.
Yeah, exactly. True.
Let's be for real.
Yeah.
Let's be for real. It is giving away competitive advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy money. I'm gonna just go to Wole page because I know she done told everybody. I just tune in the Urban Sports Team because we already know they got the list.
Yeah.
Let's take it first, second, and third team reps so we can go ahead and game plan for the Commanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What did Coach Wynn say and tell us back in May? Whatever y'all do not ask me who is starting.
Yeah, it's true.
Straight like that to the
Facts.
Whatever y'all do, don't ask me that. Don't do it.
Yeah, because some of that stuff look weird today. I ain't gonna hold you. Some of that stuff look weird today.
You doing all this moving and shaking and all that, and that's when I told Wole. I said they're not telling us everything. They're not telling us. We talk a lot. We do, and that has been a part of the culture here because people want to know. But if you really zoom in on at least making it to the playoffs on a consistent basis, cultures, even teams that do not, that is not consistent with their culture.
Mm-hmm.
Telling who's calling plays, talking about what they're saying at practice, telling who's taking first, second. You might can say this person handed the ball off to that person, but you can't say, and this is another first, this is on the first team reps, this is who taking second, this is who taking third.
Yeah.
So I start thinking strategically. I told you about this and I said, hey, I know it's at a risk, but hey, guess what? I wouldn't mind covering a team that wins.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get tipped off and somebody tells me, you know what, the way y'all handle things over there at DC Media, y'all talk too much, y'all tell too much. But hey, maybe that's something you won't get from me. I'll find something else to tell y'all about because I actually would. Yeah. You remember sometimes you would watch games and people would say, dang, it's like they know the whole play. They already knew what we were going to do. Well, we've been talking about it all week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you got to we're dealing with a very smart and strategic organization and coaching staff. They don't have time to be what? You think I'm gonna tell you who I'm bringing to the fight? You
I love what you say. Yeah. I like this. I love the keep it quiet approach for the benefit of the team, but hate it as a fan. First game will feel like opening gifts on Christmas. Yeah,
right. It's literally like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again.
It's true. We have too many leaks. We have way
too
many leaks.
30 years telling all the business.
Yeah, it's facts. One thing, we've had too many leaks out here. Like, this is true. This is facts.
Who is out here leaking the Kansas City Chiefs game plays and who doing this?
Well, I'm gonna be real. Like the thing that the guy that's had ultimate success and is all of it was all about being secretive is like Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? And the Patriots, they ran a tight-lipped organization for a while before obviously things went left, but they kept everything in house. I think I love that approach. I love to keep it like it's a grown-up approach for real.
It is.
Grown-up.
It is. So. You are going to war on Sunday.
Yeah, you're going to war for real. Facts.
Why would you tell the people you're going to war with what you're bringing?
I agree. I totally agree.
Like it's just not even smart.
Yeah.
So it's not even common sense smart. And it's like, yeah, everybody loves it, but then everybody's frustrated when the whole other team knows exactly what you're doing. Okay, all we had to do is scroll Twitter. So yeah. I like it, and I'm okay with it. Because it's like, I'm not even trying to figure it out. Now, I'm looking at players, though. You know me, though. I'm out there and I'm schooling and I'm trying to understand players. I'm looking at things like the penalties. I've been harping on these penalties. Now, they didn't do it today. So clearly, they've had some conversations.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff with the penalties is an issue. I'm seeing penalties.
So true, Paul. You're right, Paul. Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, well, everybody should know Wole is not like that.
No, Wole is not. He's talking about you.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay.
Bowie TV, Wole, they're not. That's not.
We're not doing all that because we understand strategy and competitive advantage and how these things get leaked. And we also want to respect the coaching staff. If a coach says, "Do not ask me who is starting," I'm not going to ask them who started.
This is all facts. Yeah, Deluxe. Yeah, especially this season, year one has a huge element of surprise. Why waste it? Agreed. Eric said, true. I remember RG3. We didn't know nothing. Dana, that is so true. Folks ain't know nothing what's going on in 2012.
In the words of the great Charles Mann, we used to lose preseason games and win Super Bowls. We don't care about no winning no preseason. And that's what I tell you, like I said, I hope they lose the whole preseason. Please. Because whenever the team loses during the preseason, they always seem to do much better. I love it.
It's true. Like Paul said, some of the leagues was to get Dan out of there. Yeah, that's true too. So that didn't work.
But I support and want to be an advocate for whatever the team is doing because the fan base deserves better.
Yeah, I do. And the staff deserves a lot of good stuff.
And so do we.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Reporters do know why, because when you cover this, like you cover this team, it helps your individual success. You know what I mean? Like it does. If they win in games, it helps your individual success in your field. And even if you're a podcaster, like it's even when they win, that's more for your audience, right? Like people want to hear about a winner. They want to talk about a winner. You know what I mean? When you losing. No, I'm sick of we all get sick of negativity. You know what I mean? Like I get sick of talking about negatives. True, you know what I mean? And that's why I try to I really try to have a positive spin on what's going on because it's so easy to trash this player or trash this organization because we've been kind of groomed to be that way because we've been so bad for so many years. So it's just when you get an opportunity to start fresh, I kind of want to uplift, some of these players and some of the people on the staff. Now there's some people I just think are bad, but I'm trying to be nicer. I actually am trying, folks. When I am mean, I'm trying to be nicer. And when it comes across that way, my heart gets in the way. But I'm trying to be nicer. I am. I'm really. It may not seem that way, but I'm really trying. What my man Dan said, like Lake Lewis Jr. said, winning pays the bills. Winning equals more coverage. Agreed.
I'm telling you. I mean, covering at Bowie TV, we got Commanders and Ravens. This part of the season, it was even now, Ravens fans be
because they be chilling.
They be chilling.
Because they expect to win.
Y'all through the roof on the Bowie TV channel. We appreciate y'all, for real. What's up, man? It's last year, Commanders started going downhill. Come December, Ravens stopped all the way up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they winning.
They be winning, man. I know
they were winning. Crazy, I was like, the Ravens got to see us through the rest of the football season.
I know. You see, and Ravens, Ravens be winning. I hate that crap. I hate mentioning the Ravens. I be doing it all the time. I don't know why I always mention the Ravens. Props to the team and the management ownership. This offseason feels different than the previous off seasons. No bad contracts, no distraction. Maybe except from some local media. La folk, not you, Candi. Agreed.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I don't get
See,
it.
Ravens, baby, Ravens flock, baby. See what I'm talking about? Like, I don't even want to talk about the Ravens. But why do I always talk about the Ravens on every show? I don't even know why. I'm not even a Ravens fan, but I talk about the Ravens every show.
You learn a
I
lot
don't know
from
why.
the. I mean, I'm going to go back to what I just said. Commanders, Ravens. You don't see the Ravens media. They're not putting out Karita. Nobody on that side, Karita, nobody else, because they got rules over there. They're not telling you first, second, and third team. Nobody.
You said the Ravens are the Cleveland Browns. Oh yeah, they are the Browns. Of course, they are the Browns for real, but I mean they are the Browns though.
Learned a lot of good stuff from the Ravens.
Yeah, but they're the Oakland Browns. But yeah, you're right though. The Ravens are. Well, Washington will be like the Ravens. I'm claiming it. They will be like the Ravens in terms of always winning, expecting to win. They will be.
I will also say this: the Jets and the Dolphins have excellent training facilities.
Oh, okay. So
They're
different.
So nice.
See, hopefully this team gets that too. You know what I'm saying? They still little brother? Nah, bro. I don't even acknowledge them. I don't know if they're the little brother, bro, because they won Super Bowls and we haven't. So I don't know.
They win Super Bowls. They
recently. Recently. You know what I'm saying? More recent than us. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So Candi, who are some? All right. So from what you saw during the last two preseason games and camp, who do you feel needs to have a big performance in this upcoming game against the Patriots? And then I'm gonna ask you on the counter, like, which bubble player do you want to see make the team?
I'm going to mention your boy Cole Turner. He has to have it's the determination of going 3 or 4.
Yeah,
because they got 3.
Yeah, I could tell he's on a serious bubble. I could tell.
When he said, I can tell. Will be if they take 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
The safeties. Defoe, Jeremy, Tyler, Pert. What y'all gonna do?
Yeah.
Somebody has got to solidify what the round out of that group is going to be.
Yeah,
for sure. Offensive line is still so confusing.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's very confusing
because it's not that many. I mean, not to be mean, but it's not that many good players.
It is not
to try to keep. So it's just like you're like really just picking whoever. You know what I mean? Like you're picking a body. I think Chris Paul is going to be on the roster. It looks like Trent Scott may probably be on the roster, I guess. And then you have your usual suspects. I would want Ricky Stromberg to make the team. I think Lake. I had kind of conversation with Lake and David, and they both said they thought Stromberg was making the team. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. I would like him to make the team though. I think there's potential there.
Last year, he should. Well, and that goes back to like another player that we haven't really talked a lot about. That I'm like Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah, like, I don't think he makes the team.
What they gonna do with the third running back spot is huge.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy. I don't think he makes the team, but I didn't see Wiley today, so I'm like, I don't know.
We don't know. I'm
not sure. So what? But I saw a lot of Kaz Allen today. Like playing.
Yeah, they had him coming out the back. Like
so again, and he was getting a lot of work.
They're trying to figure out. They're trying to be unique. Definitely unique with a lot of the players. And just be versatile. See what else they could do. I still think Jamin needs to have a good game.
So do you think Jamin's in a bubble, or you just think he just needs to have
a good game? He's in a bubble, but I think he needs to have a good game.
Just go into
get him comfortable at that role. I think that's the role he's going to play.
See, Paul, I kind of think so too. I think they want Cass to I think so, bro. I think they do too.
Find a way.
I think Cliff, because I think he's the type of player that Cliff Kingsbury likes.
For sure.
I think he
likes players you can use in multiple positions.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it. Like I think that's why he knows that he's a home run threat. Like Cass is a home run threat, and I think he sees that, and he's like, okay, there's got to be a place in my office for him.
And he's super
prediction. They keep 7 safeties, and Hampton will double as a reserve linebacker. I think Hampton's gonna be a linebacker. I think he's definitely gonna be moved to linebacker. So if you counting him as a safety, I would count him as a linebacker. I think he's gonna be a linebacker.
Yeah, they just got him.
Yeah, because I don't think a safety. He's just not. But it's wild. I could have told folks that when I saw him. I mean, I've seen him against Michigan when he played at Washington. He's not that type of safety. He's more of a linebacker, to be real with you. He's a tackler. He is a tackler. He's a
He
thumper.
looks more comfortable already there.
Yeah, I can see that.
He
Definitely
looks
can
much
see
better
that.
there.
I can definitely see that.
Like
Hey, do y'all have any additional questions for Candi before I wrap this show up? Because we went over, and Candi has been great with her time.
Oh yeah. Dude,
You know,
no, this is fun. I like talking. It gives me an opportunity to be like, all right, what's everything that's in my head? Okay.
yeah, exactly. So these folks, yeah, because a lot of these folks had
People have
questions. So folks have questions before I end the show off. You better have them now because I'm not waiting like 5 minutes or anything. So y'all better have this thing. If you have questions, have it going now. All right, because I'm about to. Yeah, now okay, hold on. See, they want Cass to make it, but is she really at risk of being lost to a waiver claim?
Yes.
Do you think he could? Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so.
He's one to answer. He needs to have a good game on Sunday.
Huh? He needs to have one. But do you think that they cut him? Do you think another team will pick him up?
I do.
You do? Okay, yeah, I believe so too. I think a team would pick him up too. I do think he really folks really want him to make. I do think this team wants him to be on the roster.
Like
he has to just give him a reason though. He has to give him a legit reason to make this roster because he didn't have a good play with Miami with the fumble. So
I've been telling people to if you play fantasy football, get Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I agree. Candi, here you go.
Yeah.
Paul, will they have enough nerve to cut top draft picks in Robert era?
Well, who's the top? I mean,
he's trying to say just like Jahan. Jahan is not getting.
No, he's not.
Jahan ain't getting cut, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you talking about like Jahan, he ain't getting cut, Paul. Who were your bubble players that?
We talked about this.
We talked about this.
Cole Turner, I think Kaz, the safety group, right outside of Chen and Quan, right?
Yeah.
And so that leaves you with. I mean, I know there was the talk about where
you talking about Reeves. You talking about Reeves.
Revo, Tyler. Although I don't think Tyler has to prove anything else because from practices,
I think Tyler, he look good. And Butler, you talking about Butler too, and Butler, right?
Percy needs to have a Percy Butler.
Yeah, I think Percy more than Defoe.
Absolutely
needs to have a good.
I'm gonna tell you another name that people we've all just glossed over.
Who?
Completely.
Who?
Completely. We've just glossed over this name completely.
Who is it?
It's kind of sad, actually.
Who?
Darian Mathis.
Yeah, he does. I know what I had him on my team.
I'd be like, is anybody gonna say anything about Darian?
It's wild. I had him making the team. I don't know. I just feel like he's a second round pick. There's got to be some value in him, because I had them because Johnny's going to be. Johnny ain't going to. I don't think Johnny's going to start the season healthy.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, so I think they can put Johnny on a PUP list or whatever, and keep Mathis and put him on the roster.
Well, that's what a lot of people kept saying. They drafted Johnny as Jonathan's replacement. I'm like, no, that's for Darian's replacement.
Well, he's going to be somebody's replacement.
Either, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna tell y'all those couple of days that Javon, Johnny, and J.A. was lining up on that line.
It looked good, right? Yeah. So I just think that due to his, I think Newton's injury gives Mathis an opportunity to make the team. Because now he can be on the PUP list, and now you can have him on the roster. You know what I mean? I just think and then maybe you can try to trade him or whatever. If he's not doing anything, because somebody's gonna have value because he was a top player from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? There is value with him. But yeah, I agree with you. I do think that he's on a bubble.
He's and on a lot of people talking about. I see this comment about Jayden Daniels. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Say it again.
About
Jayden Daniels. Didn't he get cut? He didn't get cut. He was out there. I thought he got cut. Oh yeah, he ain't making the team. I don't think Brady's making the team. Well, they ramping up. Yeah, they ramping up, but I don't think I was there. He
went extra hard.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't know. He ready, bro. I'm gonna keep it buck. I don't think he ready. So, and I think you gotta be safe with him too. I feel like he rushed himself back. You gotta be safe with him because he is a big time talent. Johnny Newton's a big time talent, and you don't want to rush him.
Yeah, and that's why they're being careful with Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
They're being super careful with Brandon, and Coach Quinn, you could tell the relief in that Jordan McGee will be back this season.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, well, he looked good, man. He look good.
Lloyd McGee.
He look good.
He's 100% healthy. I mean, we still waiting. You know, it's funny, right? Because I think you and I had this conversation about Caffrey, and I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna see what happens with
We're gonna see.
Ben Sinnott likes to bum rush people, so you'll see that more.
Yeah, I think he'll be good. I think Ben Sinnott will be real good.
He's gonna be really good. Really good.
So but I want to get your opinion, Ken. Do you think Jayden Daniels makes the team?
I don't.
You don't think so either? I don't think so either. Like I don't have him. Yeah, from what I saw, I don't really see him getting that much work. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I'm thinking about Mason Brooks. Mason Brooks got cut. Not him.
Yeah, Mason got cut.
Brooks got cut.
Mason got cut, which was like, remember, Mason was like the dark horse of last year.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about Jayden Daniels. Who knows though? I mean, again, real talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. When you look at that O-line list of players, a lot of them dudes are, other than the starters, a lot of them dudes are bubble like players though. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you really. It's not like you really like you can pick whoever and be like, all right, they can make the team or whatever. But it's not like off of because they're outplaying anybody. It really, to be real with you, it really is. And maybe the best back is Lucas, obviously probably the best backup that they have. And I think he should start over like Wiley, but that's a whole different argument. Let's see, or somewhere else like Braden or a fourth tackle or somewhere else. Yeah. I had Chris Paul making the team. I think you have the backup center. What's his face? Dieter. You got Dieter. You can also carry. Yeah. You can also carry. Sorry, I said Paul Dieter. I mean, some people think about Stromberg, but I don't think he's gonna make the team. And also, he said, like Paul said, "Oh, do you see a vet DB coming in the next week after cuts? Candi? Do you see that a DB?"
Next week is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. It's going to be real interesting. Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't know who. It depends who gets cut. The player has to be valuable. I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean, DB is a problem. I'm not going to hold you. DB is a problem. It's a serious problem.
The same thing every time, and Mikey can't either. So it's a problem.
Yeah, Mikey can't.
I mean, you got the same issues you had before because some of you had the same players. So, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not different. So, you be hopeful, but you be like, well, hey.
Oh, this is happening. Like now they popping questions like crazy.
But we were just talking about that, right? Like, who is the third running back?
I'm gonna say Wiley right now. But
I think Mike White, but something happened. I can't remember now for some reason on Saturday.
He got hurt?
No, because he was out there today.
He was out there. Who, Wiley?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
So did he fumble? He did something on Saturday, and I should know this, right? But it was a couple times.
I know Kaz fumbled.
Definitely did. Kaz definitely did.
Yeah.
We don't know. That is a quiet. See, everybody been talking about the lineup of the wide receivers, Terry McLaurin and everybody else, and I'm like, quiet as kept. Who the third running back?
Yeah, that's a good one. Right? It really is. Real talk. I'm be real with you. From what I saw today, that could be Kaz.
That's what keep Kaz on the team.
It could be Kaz. I ain't gonna hold you. It could be Kaz. Like
it's a way to keep him on the team.
Yeah, because I don't think
he cannot do well.
I kind of think you could probably put Wiley on the practice squad.
They would probably want to keep him on the practice squad for real.
I think you could probably stash him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I know sometimes Jeremy McNichols makes.
Yeah, they think he's gonna make the team. I've heard Lake and them think he's gonna make the team.
They definitely
think he's gonna make the team because he can do a lot more. He can do. I think he said he can do kickoff returns. He's a good third down back. But hey, Candi, we're about to end the show. It's been dope.
Yeah, because
we let you go.
2 hours.
I know, Joe. All right, before we end the show, how can folks catch you on social media, and also how can they catch your content?
Yes, you all follow me on X at Sewall SE. It's on here. You can see it on in my handle. And go to Bowie TV, Bowie_TV on the YouTube channel. You can follow me, Candi Waller, on Facebook, CEO Sewall, Bowie TV Sports on X and Instagram. Trust me, you can find our content literally everywhere now. So soak it all in. I tweet all the updates, all the information. I'm at camp. I'm at practice every day, and that'll continue on throughout the season, home and away games. So definitely follow, and I hope you all enjoyed the content.
Oh man, shit, Candi got great work, man. She's the real reporters out there covering the Commanders. So make sure you follow her on social media. Make sure you go subscribe to the Bowie TV YouTube channel. She has great content. We're talking about interviews with players, questions with Coach Dan Quinn, all that good stuff. So make sure you go to her YouTube channel and get all the content for Bowie TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hey, Candi, thanks for being on. Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Thank you all too for tuning in, man. This has been a dope show. I love what I love about this show is that we all can kind of like shoot the breeze together. Like, yeah, Ray and I may host the show or whatever, but y'all make the show with your comments and questions for the guests, man. So y'all truth be told, y'all make this show real. Y'all make the show real dope. This show be cool, but y'all make it dope. Appreciate you, my man, Eric. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you too, man, Deluxe, man. So anyway, before we jet out, man, I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier because I had audio issues initially. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also follow us on X. At Urban Sports Scene, IG at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also, make sure you subscribe to our Urban Sports Scene YouTube channel as well. You can check out the Urban Sports Scene at www.urbansportscene.com. Hey, again, man, I appreciate all of y'all. Eric, Deluxe, Paul, I'm gonna read all of y'all. Dandon, the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Gotta make sure I try to mention all. Who else? Who else am I missing? I think it's Taj. Taj. Taj was on here. Who else? Mike. Who else am I missing? Gotta make sure I get all y'all. My man Dujane. All right. All y'all, everybody for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are the real MVPs. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. You dig? Deuces. I'm out and I'm tired.